Hi, happy Sunday. I should have been doing a big bike ride today. It's 100k. I did it last year. That was all right. But when I woke up this morning, it was really bizarre. I had a sort of really sort of strange, I don't know, strange feeling that a kind of a feeling that there's something I should have done that I hadn't done, or something I'd done that I shouldn't have done. And when I feel like that, which doesn't happen very often, that kind of sort of like kind of a bit disjointed, sort of horrible, almost like a sort of free floating anxiety thing. I find the best thing for me to do is to go and have a long run. So I've been out for about 5 hours. And I'm absolutely exhausted. But anyway, that's another story. But it made me think, that getting back to, well, two things really. First off is it just reinforced what I said. What my friend Carol said was that I try not to say too much about what I'm going to do, because if I do, 9 times out of 10 something happens to sort of like stop it happening. And like similarly with talking about the big bike ride, I've been saying about teaching insanity, and it's going to happen. But the place where I thought I was going to be doing it, I don't know, they're just sort of like playing silly buggers at the moment. So we'll just, I'm just going to wait and see, and I won't say too much until I'm absolutely definite about what's going to happen. Um, but yeah, the other thing is getting back to basics. Is why I do this, and I think why we all sort of like do exercise and what have you is it's basically three things. Is that we want to look better, we want to feel better, and we want to move better, and all those things are all like interconnected. If like when you feel better, when you feel good, when you feel good inside, and it does. It does sort of reflect on the outside. I think that I suspect it was Shakespeare who said it, and I'm sure Paul Stevens will correct me or point me to the chapter and verse, who said that beauty comes from within, and I think there's a lot of truth in that. I mean, I know a lot of women who are what shall we say, not sort of maybe conventionally pretty or beautiful or what have you, but who are very attractive because they've got an attractive personality or soul, or call it what you will. And I notice this a lot in America, in particular with a lot of young black women in America, where a lot of them are sort of almost Rubenesque, due to the sort of diet really in America, and but because they're so comfortable in their skin and they dress well, and they're confident and they're cool, well, to me I find it very, very attractive. And the other thing I think that shines out when people comes out from within. I remember there was a lady in AA. She was coming to meetings in Cambridge because her little boy was in hospital in Cambridge, and sadly he died. He was only a little fella. I think, I don't know. I think he's about sort of like 7 or 8, something like that. And absolute tragedy. I can't remember the exact ins and outs of it, but I remember a few months afterwards, like seeing her, and she had some sort of spiritual awakening, or enlightening or something like that, and it just flowed from her. Like you could see the spirituality just oozing from her eyes and everything. And yeah, so how you feel is very important, and that how you feel just that it affects how you look, and and it also affects how you move. So that you if you're not feeling good, if you're all uptight and you're all sort of knotted up inside, you're going to move awkwardly as well. I remember well, a while ago going to a Pilates lesson, and taught by my very good friend Emma, and I was dreadfully stressed out. That's about the time my marriage was breaking up. My business was going down the tubes, and she just came up to me. She said, "You're really stressed." Now this woman, she could teach a class of 150, and if there's one person doing something wrong, she'd spot it. She's an absolute brilliant teacher. I've never seen such a good Pilates teacher in my life. But anyway, that's enough of that. And she just came up to me and she sort of like twisted me about, pulled my shoulders back, lifted my head up, blah, 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 and just generally improved my posture. She said, "You feel better now, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And that's a lot of the thing, is how we move, how we hold ourselves, affects how we feel, how we look. So the three things are all very interconnected, how we feel, how we look, and how we move. And I suppose one of the last things I'll say today is, when I was on the run this morning, it seemed like I was just thinking, this is not my bloody day. I did a long run today, and I hadn't done this particular run for a long time. And there's one part of it where I always I'm terrible anyway. My sense of direction is awful, and I could get lost in my own house. And there's one particular point of this where it's 9 times out of 10 I wind up getting it wrong. Well, today I got it monumentally wrong, partly because I hadn't done this run for a long time. And I wound up just running back the way I'd headed out. Now, this was right out in the sticks, out in the fens, and I had a choice. I could have either sort of pressed on and tried to find the right route, or just carry on and just head back the way I came. I decided to head back the way I came because I've tried it the other way before, and it's so easy to get lost in the fens because everywhere looks the bloody same. It really does. Anyway, so I was feeling a bit, I don't know. I was just feeling a bit. Well, I don't know. This isn't my day. Blah blah blah. And then I was running along, and I saw this friend of mine, Bob, and Bob's he's an amazing old boy. He must be over 70. He looks like he's in his 50s, and he looks, a sprightly, sort of in his 50s type bloke. Very good runner. He's still sort of turning in 3.5, 4 hour marathons, and he runs like a gazelle, bless him. And anyway, we stopped to have a quick natter. I said, "How you doing, mate?" He said, "Oh, I've got prostate cancer." He said, they put me on this medication. He said it stops me producing testosterone. He said it's making it very difficult to run. And poor old boy, and he just went off on his way, happy as Larry. And that made me think, Tom, what is up with you? You're sort of in a crap mood, but really, why? Life is good for you. You got your health. You got no stress. You got no worries. There's that man. He's got prostate cancer, and he was. I don't know if he was putting a brave face on things or what, but I thought, mate, pull yourself together. So that was a good lesson for me. So I think I'll just leave it there. Thank you. I'll speak to you tomorrow.